Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life and the crazy life that is the digital asset space. What's going on, guys? Happy Wednesday. Good afternoon to you. Wow, really, really interesting stuff, man. Going out throughout the day on Twitter. You know, the digital wallet, it's not in there. They scratched it, but it's in another bill that they're doing. So some other kind of different thing, and all of this just kind of craziness is kind of going on. You know, and of course the online articles, right? So the online news, I mean, they just going all over the place. But it turns out that they definitely got it wrong. But first, guys, I want to share something with you from Forbes. So this is a contributor, author, writer for Forbes magazine. Before I read this article, I want to share a little bit of this guy's background. This is what he's saying, okay? So his name is Jason Brett. He's a contributor, one of the contributors, right, for Forbes. Now, let me go. I'm going to go down to the bottom before I share the article, but this is what it says, okay? I'm going to read. I'm not sure how much of this I'm going to read, but it's interesting to me. I am a former United States regulator with the FDIC, compliance examiner for the Making Home Affordable program with the Treasury, and have been active in Bitcoin and blockchain since 2016. I served in the FDIC's capital markets and finance divisions during the global financial crisis of 2008-2009, working on quantitative issues covering IndyMac, Bank, Washington Mutual, Wachovia, wow, Lehman Brothers, AIG, Citigroup, Merrill Lynch, and Bank of America. I supported the FDIC's board at IndyMac Bank with deposit run analysis, research, and explained synthetic collateralized debt obligations, researched and explained synthetic collateralized debt obligations, credit default swaps, compiled the exposure of net notional derivatives in the financial system, and analyzed new programs by the Federal Reserve Board to stabilize the economy. So this is a very interesting read. Just as a little bit of background, I'm not going to read all of this. That's what it says here. What is this? With the introduction of Bitcoin and blockchain technology by a colleague in 2016, I entered into the blockchain industry, first with the Chamber of Digital Commerce as Director of Operations for Policy, and then as the Policy Ambassador for Consensus. I am currently the founding CEO and president of a new nonprofit called the Value Technology Foundation, with the purpose to conduct exclusively educational and charitable activities with regard to digital assets, blockchain, distributed ledger technologies, and other relevant value technologies for the public welfare and economic benefits of the citizens of the United States. So interesting. So let me read this article. So the guy, former FDIC regulator. Interesting. Wait a minute, let me make sure I got that right. A former United States regulator with the FDIC. So I think that's what I said. All right, so here's the article, guys. By the way, this is your XRP Ripple daily news in 0 to 10 minutes. Let's do this. So the digital dollar, digital wallet bill surfaces in the United States Senate, updated March 24th at 11:35. New bill text inserted at the bottom with press release from the bill sponsor. Okay. A bill has surfaced in the Senate called the Banking for All Act, sponsored by the ranking member of the Senate Banking Committee, U.S. Senator Sherrod Brown, Democrat from Ohio. In the press release, Senator Brown lays out the details of his bill, as well as how he looks forward to urging his colleagues to include it as part of the stimulus package. Well, I'm not sure if that was included. I don't think, maybe that was it. I don't know. Here's the thing that we do now. They updated the stimulus package, and I'm going to show you the update and where they just took it from the first page. They put it on another page, okay? At the height of this pandemic, we must do more to protect the financial well-being of hardworking Americans and consumers. They are on the front lines of this crisis and are already feeling the effects of the economic fallout. My legislation would allow every American to set up a free bank account so that they don't have to rely on expensive check cashers to access their hard-earned money. Brown introduces new legislation to help hardworking Americans in the Beer Code package, United States Community Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs. So this bill offers a definition for digital dollars as well as for a digital dollar wallet, and provides the provision for a pass-through digital dollar wallet with the mandate for all member banks to open and maintain digital dollar wallets for all persons, including those eligible to receive the stimulus. So member versus non-member banks in the United States. In the United States, vast majority of banks, with the exception of the big banks, such as Wells Fargo, that are supervised by the OCC, have the option to be members of the Federal Reserve and to buy shares in the reserve, with the exception of big banks. Okay, as a way of becoming a member bank. Gotcha. These banks are then supervised and regulated by the Federal Reserve. A non-member bank is a bank that chooses not to be a member of the Federal Reserve and is regulated by the FDIC. For large banks, there is a provision in the bill that online applications for pass-through digital wallets must be made available. The pass-through digital wallet contains consumer protection terms where it notes the wallet shall not be subject to any account fees, minimum balance or maximum balances, and shall pay interest at a rate not below the greater of the rate of interest on required reserves. Wow. And the rate of interest on excess reserves. Federal Reserve Banks and United States Postal Service, which I'm finding very interesting, United States Postal Banking Service, from one institution that likely most Americans have never even entered, the Federal Reserve to the post office, where sometimes daily business can be part of a person's routine. This bill includes mandates for each agency to assist in the supply of digital dollar wallets for all, sort of like they do for passports. The Federal Reserve may maintain digital dollar wallets, and for low-income areas where the Federal Reserve may not be able to have a branch, the Fed will partner with postal retail facilities to carry out this mandate. And I know BK did I believe he did a video on the United States Postal Service and the ATMs and how they were going to be they might be part of how they're going to allow people to access the wallets and the digital dollars, right? I didn't watch that video, but I believe he did do one on that. For access to the digital cash, ATMs will be provided at United States post offices. Now that both chambers, the House and the Senate, have legislation introduced within both the Senate Banking Committee and the House Financial Services Committee, which is, I believe that's where Maxine Waters introduced her bill. It does appear that the concept of digital dollars is one that Congress realizes reaches beyond the current beer code and may become a bipartisan issue. With concerns over China and other countries developing CBDCs, the United States might be using this bill. There isn't a might or maybe to this, but I'm going to read what he says. The United States might be using this bill to introduce its own digital currency. And the reason why I say it's not a might or maybe, it's just a when. There isn't an if to this at all. It's just a when, right? In my humble opinion. So, and also be looking to solve one of the oldest policy issues of all in reaching out to offering banking services to the unbanked and underbanked. And guys, we said this on the stream before, plenty of times on the stream before. This is about the unbanked. I get somewhat of the underbanked, but this is about the unbanked. And we're talking 2+ billion people. It's always going to be about the dollars, my friends. It's always going to be about the dollars. Get them into the banking system. There's a chance for them. There's a chance for the powers to be to make money off of you. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. There's a chance for them to make money off of your dollars. Bottom line. And we're talking 2+ billion people that are unbanked. And God knows how many are really, are technically underpaid, right? And so that's what it's about. So it's banking for all act. Ultimately, that is what it's about. We could talk level playing field till the cows come home. We could talk about all this inclusiveness, inclusivity, all we want. And in the end, it is about the money, guys. Bottom line. And what we want to do, and people in not only this channel, but in the XRP community as a whole, is number one, we want to understand the game. And then we want to be 2, 3, and 4 steps ahead of them. And shout out for people who keep us educated, like BK, or people like the digital nomad investor who keep us educated and who help to keep us 2 and 3, 4 steps ahead, because we all know it's a game being played. So let me show you just real quickly the updated beer cold stimulus package. So here it is, updated House bill. And you can say here, what I did is I typed in digital dollar. And here it says here, page 529, digital wallet. The term digital dollar wallet shall mean a digital wallet or account maintained by a Federal Reserve Bank on behalf of any person that represents holdings in an electronic device or service that is used to store digital dollars that may be tied to a digital or physical identity. Again, guys, this is how they are. Letting the masses know where we are going. This is where we're going, guys. There's no question about it. This is where we're going. This is how they let the masses know. They use mainstream media to do it. Once they get the word from old money that it's a go, okay, and they use mainstream media to get it out to the masses. That's how it goes. Never forget that old money owns the media. They own the media, right? So that's how it goes. It's just letting them know, softening the blow, get them start thinking about digital dollar, get the masses to start thinking about digital dollar wallets. This is where we're going, guys. It is as simple and as plain as that. And it's so funny too, because, I just like BK, sometimes I get, what is the word? I'm baffled a lot of times by the fact that people can't see the forest because of trees. They can't. The definition, my friends, of vision is seeing it before the masses see it. Definition of vision is seeing it before the masses see it. Right? That's what this is about. Being able to see it before the masses see it. So when you get these people on Twitter who just say the most insane things, because they are so afraid of the idea of being right, that they would just rather just hang on the wall. They don't want to jump on one side or the other. They just want to hang out, sit there. It's safe here. It's safe that way, right? But you're never going to win big playing it safe. That's the bottom line. I would rather resolve to take the facts and do a little bit of speculation, to take the challenge and dare to see beyond, to dare to embrace vision, to put vision into work, put it into place, and say the definition of vision is seeing it before the masses see it. Because I ultimately understand that and resolve that in the end, I'm going to be okay, right or wrong. I'm going to be okay. And you have to be good with that. But the bottom line is we know that we're right here. And it's not if the digital dollar and the digital dollar wallet will be upon us. It is just a matter of when, period. There is no question about it, guys. You just got to pay attention. And I agree with, I think it was Ferdy in the Telegram chat that said, it's eerily silent, right? But from the people from Ripple, I find that nothing on Twitter, like what? Don't mention digital dollar wallet on Twitter? Nothing? Guys, you got to get that. There's a reason for that, because they know the second they post something, someone's going to be asking, they know it. Someone's going to ask, are you involved in this? Is it this? Is that? Is it deal? Is it Ripple? Is it blockchain? Is it a ledger? Is it IOP? They know the second they post anything, they're going to be some questions. That's why they're quiet. That's why they're quiet, guys. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap up this video like I do all my videos and remind you of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.